So as soon as I got on this train from Forest Hills to Queens, it's like two women. I wasn't really paying attention because I was on my phone. Two women came on and one saying fire, fire. One since one has like a very nice name. You know, so when the police arrested me in July 2019, stole my green card, stole $1,000 from me. Someone was doing immigration raid and I was in Brooklyn, then handling, and they had a guy slap me. I believe the police said the guy slapped me on July 2019. And the police came and took me away in handcuffs. I don't know. Said I was bitter, and then after the guy just slapped me, I said, yeah, the guy slapped me, and I'm normal. I had a normal reaction to the guy slapping me, and he used that as a ruse to arrest me, steal my money, steal my green card, and went and locked me up in the mental ward. And I spent 7 days in the mental ward. They didn't want to release me. Then they misdiagnosed me with every mental illness in the world. So I was schizophrenic because the guy slapped me and I was crying. And they said I was schizophrenic, bipolar, and whatever. It happened on police camera. So they're exaggerating stuff and robbing foreigners. So a woman came and said fire, fire, fire. So after I got up the immigration, I got up the psychiatric detention for 7 days. I was told the police left my luggage on the sidewalk and the fire department came and took it away. So I went to the fire department's office. I went to they said the sanitation came and took it away. So I went to the sanitation's office and they were like, we've gone to your stuff, as garbage and stuff. So I guess this is what this woman was implying, that I'm going to be arrested again and they're going to burn all my stuff. So they said this woman, and Omar, was attacked, and there's like a gang, the Black American gang, that have been threatening me that they're going to keep attacking Africans like me, so we don't get justice. I'm trying to get justice. I was arrested roughly by immigration when my mother brought me as a child, and then Ghana was helping with the court papers. As I was about to sue immigration, I was supposed to sue the NYPD, and the Ghana policy was going to help me with the court papers. And the policeman I killed Ghana. As soon as I met him in 2014, they took him there where I met him. So there's a gang always doing copycat attacks against me. If there's any crime in the world, like some weeks ago they said a plane crashed in Spain, and today on the E-train they said somebody put emergency brake and people almost slammed on me, and my head was almost splashed open as they hit the emergency brake on the train today. So there's a gang terrorizing me as I'm trying to sue the immigration. The police went and killed a Ghana, and they've been disrupting all my justice attempt, and so they're going to keep locking me up and stealing my stuff. So anytime there's any crime, anywhere in the world, especially if it's something I could relate with, like this lady, she's from Somalia, she became a US citizen and stuff, they try to reenact it on me. So all day today, I went to shop in Queens for a new radio, and I left my bag outside. I applied the brake, and when I came back, somebody had released the brake on my cart, and they were about to steal it. So I'm being terrorized like that, and the police don't help me, since I've been trying to sue the police also for taking my home on Staten Island wrongfully. And my mother's daughters also killed my mother. My mother said they were very jealous that me and my mother could win a lot of money from the lawsuit, and they went to inherit the money. And they poisoned my mother with counterfeit poison. My mother ran back to New York because she went to stay with them after the police took her. Yeah, my mother's almost Staten Island. She went to stay with her daughters in Pennsylvania, and she ran back to New York to come to the hospital. And the daughters, she didn't even tell the daughters what hospital she was in. The daughters was put a tracker in my mother's life, and they went to Bellevue Hospital where she was at, getting treated, and they told the doctor to lock her up in the mental ward. So they said one of the best ways they can rob you in this country is to call you crazy and have the police kill you, and the police and the team will rob you. So they've already tried that method. I had a guy slap me, and I was emotionally upset. And the policeman had left me in the hospital, and I told the hospital what happened. The NYU Psychiatric Hospital. I said the guy slapped me, and that's why I was upset. And the hospital said, that means you're crazy. That means you're schizophrenic. That means you're bipolar. If somebody slaps you and you're angry, that's and they stole my green card that way. So they are robbing foreigners framing foreigners as crazy. They locked my mother up also while she was getting treated for heart disease. After her daughters poisoned her in Pennsylvania, and she started having heart attack symptoms. So she decided to come to New York to treat the heart attack symptoms. And she was in the hospital, Bellevue Hospital, and drugs came there, framed her as crazy, and the hospital went and locked up in the mental ward. And my mother died. She was having a shock on her face, and she showed me a picture of death. It's like, like they stabbed her with an injection like kids. See, that's what they used to calm people down. They're trying to lock up in the psych ward, Bellevue Hospital, and you don't want to go there because you're not crazy. My mother wasn't crazy. She passed the mental health test. So they said they inject that injection into patients there, and that injection causes a heart attack symptoms. Causes your heart to slow down, and I believe that she already had a heart problem and stuff. So I normally come here to use the bathroom, and I always chain lock my bag to the railing, because the bathroom is small. On the train station, there's a bathroom in the train station. It's small, it doesn't fit in like that. And so they've been having a civilian gang that works with the police, robbed me, threatened me. They've stolen so many of my luggages, all my clean clothing, and they said they want me to commit suicide. So they're stealing all my clean clothing, everything I have. So this country is terrorizing immigrants, and the police won't help you. I've contacted the Brooklyn DA's office that, look, my mother was killed, all my immigration documents have been stolen. Can you please help me? And the Brooklyn DA's office, a guy called me back. His name is Anthony. Yesterday, January 27, 2026. And it was like, contact the immigration, but we can't help you. I'm like, I was like, the immigration are deporting immigrants. I don't even feel comfortable contacting immigration because they're locking up immigrants wrongfully. I'm just an immigrant here. I said, look, I'm experiencing terrorism from criminals, and your police should help me. So it's like it's threatening me with deportation. They said, when they start using, when they start using immigration against an immigrant, and that's like threatening me with deportation because the police are the one that's supposed to help me, with criminal stuff. The U.S. immigration can't arrest U.S. citizens for crimes. It's the police that's supposed to arrest, these people, like my mother's daughters. They're U.S. citizens that killed my mother, and people have been robbing me on the street, punching me, stealing my immigration documents and stuff. And why should the police, the Brooklyn DA's office, not help me? So I should contact U.S. immigration, and they'll be the ones to help me find all the criminals and stuff. So please, this is just weird. This is just so they want to take advantage of the cold weather to make it look like I'm just a crazy person, and get me angry and make it look like I'm just a cool person, crazy person. I don't know how to take care of myself, and I'm disturbing the peace. So I do know how to take care of myself. I have my winter gloves I wear. I bought and the stores are hiding hand warmers from me. So I had to go all the way to Queens to get hand warmers. So the Target store I normally shop in, they told me they ran out of hand warmers. I had to go all the way to Queens to buy new hand warmers. I got the packet. Actually, okay, I think I started this one. I'm gonna try and locate. Yeah. It's so cold because I don't like the cold weather at all. So I'm always buying hand warmers. And they're hiding it from me. You need to investigate it. Lolita just need to investigate. Why stores? It's like they're trying to get me to freeze to death because I'm trying to sue U.S. immigration. I'm trying to sue the police department. So there's a xenophobic mob among the stores. When I try to shop, they call the police on me. I get food stamp. When I try to shop, they call police on me. I try to use the bathroom, like Target store. I'll get harassed by workers and other customers. So please, the city council and the civil activists, please, you gotta help. An immigrant like me, they said they can use the weather as an excuse to claim you're crazy, you're not taking care of yourself. Say they want to lock you up in a mental ward, and if you don't agree, beat you dead. So they're weaponizing the weather, to frame people up as crazy. And I've been trying to get housing. I went to the Brooklyn DA's office yesterday. I said I'm a victim of human trafficking. My green card has been stolen, and they told me they can't help me with all the things I've experienced. I should contact the U.S. immigration. I'm like, you have no right to deny me police assistance. Regardless, usually the local police is supposed to help you and refer your case to immigration and stuff. So this is what is going on. So I believe that's just a threat because, we immigrants, we're always getting arrested. They say a lot of immigrants that go to the immigration office to go attend for their court case, the immigration will arrest them. So the Brooklyn DA's office, after I told them my green card was stolen, my mother was killed, told me to go and tell immigration. I believe that's a threat to me. That, shut your mouth, otherwise you're going to get deported. We're not going to help you. So the city council needs to investigate this. And the police took my home on Staten Island. That's why I'm homeless on the street. So they're weaponizing the weather to try to frame me as crazy. So a lot of people have been trying to attack me so that the police can have an excuse to lock me up. Say, this person was fighting people and was homeless, and for their safety, we had to lock them up. And they say a lot of times when they lock people up on psychiatric lockup, they killed the person. Like my mother, they were trying to lock her up in the psychiatric lockup in the hospital while she was getting treated for heart disease, and they killed her in the process. So they're allowed to use extreme force. Eric Garner, they were trying to lock him up in a psychiatric lockup, and so he agreed to be helping me with my corporate. They choked him dead. There's another Black American called Elijah McClain. These people are not crazy. My mother, Eric Garner, they were not crazy. Just months for psychiatric lockup. Elijah McClain, he was coming home from work and was wearing a mask like me in August in 2019, and the police said he was dressed crazy, like nobody wears a mask back then, especially in August. And they told him he has anemia, and they were trying to lock him up and they choked him dead. And they locked me up in the psychiatric ward roughly. So this has to be investigated. They're weaponizing the weather to target poor foreigners that may not have home and threatening us with psychiatric lockups. I always chill up my stuff over it because the bathroom is too small. Let me just see Hi, can I get number 4? I have a lot of stuff, that's why.
No good. Number 4 is no good. We're waiting on the plumber.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Could you help me watch my stuff though?
I don't watch things.
Because people have been trying to steal my stuff.
You can leave it there, but
keep an eye though, keep an eye.
That's fine.
Please. To make everything a dry. Oh, it's still recording. This one is so good. So please turn to my cash app, NYC Homeless, or to me in person. I'm seeking non-conditional charitable financial donations to my cash app, or to me in person. I'm solemnly sworn on United States federal laws and U.S. Constitution and other relevant laws. Seeking non-conditional charitable financial donations to my cash app, and or to me in person, and or student loan to my cash app, NYC Homeless, or to me in person. And any student loan should be have interest rate similar to commercial banks student loans in New York City, or those U.S. student loans to student interest rate. I'm not seeking surrogacy. I'm not seeking marriage with anybody. I'm not seeking membership in any religious cult or gang. And I'm not seeking friendship either, whether open or secretive. So please, I'm just seeking assistance, financial assistance. So please don't try to speak to any other stuff. discuss my wishes. Thank you for anyone that helps me discuss my wishes.